So a little bit of context. I go to CSU and they have so many controversies on the campus. You might be familiar with the blackface scandal from this semester. This poem's about that. In 2016, I came out publicly on my university's campus. That fall, I was sexually assaulted for the first time by a homophobic perpetrator. He still goes there. In 2017, I began to see tiny spiders crawling all over my skin. They would scream curses at me, whip Bible verses at me, pressure me to believe that I just had to die. That fall, I was called an abomination by a man claiming to love Jesus on my university's campus. He's been allowed back every year since. In 2018, I realized I hadn't harmed my arms deep enough to be dead, and when I resurfaced for a breath, I met a young man that knocked a coffee out of my hand while calling me a fucking faggot. He was not arrested or removed. On September 19th, 2019, I went into my morning shift with fresh wounds on my hand. Punishment for having a panic attack after a man smiled at me and I smiled back. I sat across from my coworker who was bold, beautiful, and toned with more melanin than me. I apologized for our school's white president who spent more time looking down at her phone than she did listening to students she claimed she wanted to hear and help heal. I apologize that she has had to feel as unsafe as me, albeit in a different capacity. I apologize that the university she has come to because of its diverse and accepting community is in fact not what it advertises itself to be. In case you weren't aware, a male student is still on the loose after he hung a noose in the hall of a guy with different skin than him. 3 boys have gone unidentified in the blackface Instagram post. The most Leanna Kaplan has done is play the woe is me card, patronizingly discussed how it has made her life hard. At 10:34 p.m. there were swastikas drawn in Aggie Village, and yet somehow CSU still acts like it doesn't know what the deal is. Let's be clear. As a survivor, I do not exist to teach sexually aggressive pricks about the concept of keeping the abuse in their pants and out of their personalities. People of color do not exist to teach white children why they are racist or why it is a problem that has been perpetuated purposefully by proctors and professors and alternative aggressors for the last 500 fucking years. Marginalized minorities are not props for your football teams or sororities. They are not pictured faces you can just possess in order to acquiesce more money for your institution. It has constantly been proven that a lack of retribution only sparks fire for a student revolution, and that is exactly what will happen. We are here, living in fear because of punitive actions you refuse to make, but you bet your damned bottom dollar and your American blue collar it will take more than your complacent responses for minorities to break. Yeah.